Joel, Courtney, and Masey McLain. It's good to talk with y'all about Soul on Fire. Now, Joel, you play John O'Leary, who's the subject of the movie, and Masey, you play his wife. First, I'll go to you, Joel. How did you come across this role, and what does this story mean to you?
Yeah. So it came across to me in a very normal way,
Yeah.
honestly. I got an email from my manager. She's like, "Hey, I need you to read this script and get back to me as soon as possible." And watch this little clip. It was an ESPN video that Joe Buck put together on his father and John. And I read it. I was absolutely blown away. I connected to it immediately. It was one of those scripts where time just seemed to disappear, and by the end of it, I couldn't believe how moved I was by the script. And it was one of those ones where I immediately knew that I was like, I need this. I want to be in this in some way. And it's really, changed my life in a way of like the gratitude that I have for the blessings in my life, for the hardships in my life, the things that I've grown through and come out of into a new season of life in, similar ways that John has, but his are so just like hard to watch. The fire as a 9-year-old and he had his fingers amputated. It just gives me perspective, and it's
Yeah.
just made me more joyful as a person, and appreciative of the blessings in my life.
Maisie, something that I think is so profound about John's story is it's just through and through miraculous, right? There's no way really around the fact that his story, what happened to him, his recovery, and the life that he's led since, is a miracle. And I know you playing his wife as somebody who kind of came alongside and saw it sort of from the outside, but then of course on the inside as his wife, experiencing all that alongside with him. So talk about just what can miracles teach us? What has this story taught you in your own life?
Ooh, what can miracles teach us? I think miracles can teach us that nothing is impossible with God.
Hmm.
That, man, I think it's the power of prayer. I think sometimes, man, I'm guilty of this. Even this makes me think when I say I'm going to pray for somebody or all I can do is
Mm.
pray, that makes it sound like it's the least important thing I can do and not significant. And actually, it is the most significant and most important and most effective thing you can do because God is a God of miracles. And I think John's life is a testament of that. And I hope people leave the theater inspired that God can do anything. Um,
Hmm.
and he can do anything with anyone's life. He took a 9-year-old kid that went through the most horrific thing, and John now inspires millions of people, and his whole life is a miracle.
Yeah. Joel, I think right now in the United States, really around the world, but certainly here at home, we're seeing just a resurgence of interest in the church and in Christianity and things of God. And I know very often it's movies like this. I know you were in Jesus Revolution, of course, and it's films like that and like this one that may be the thing that God uses to prompt them to explore faith a little bit more or to explore prayer, as you were saying, Maisie. And what do you make of that? Just could you speak to the fact that often it's these touch points that are what reinvigorates somebody's spiritual walk?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think that this kind of a film can really speak to people into their hearts in a way that Tron absolutely cannot. So go see our film and not Tron. October 10th, go see our movie.
Great.
This film can change your life. This film can open your eyes. This film can encourage you to do more. This film can teach you selflessness from Jack Buck. It can teach you
Yeah.
love from a parent to a son. It can encourage you, and I know that there's a resurgence to faith, and I think the Gen Z
Yeah.
like male world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this film is aptly timed, and I think that it could really, help people kind of take another step towards love, a step towards faith, towards Christ, and a step towards their purpose.
Yeah. Maisie, in bringing the O'Leary family story to life and to the screen, what was a scene that you shot that was maybe mostly impactful to you, or maybe just the most fun to shoot?
Hmm. Most fun to shoot would probably be the one of them was the bowling alley
Yeah.
scene. And I say that because this person over here got like three strikes in a row when we weren't rolling and the director was like, stop, but there was just when it's group scenes, you just all have so much fun together. Everybody loves each other and it's just like a big summer camp kind of
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
And then most in fact impactful, one of the most impactful scenes to me is when Beth and John, they're in the dorm room and she's just doing physical therapy on him. And afterwards, they're having a really vulnerable conversation. And it's the first time, really, that John is being vulnerable with her and letting her into his insecurities. And I love, for me, portraying Beth, I just love how Beth is a safe place to land. She's just there. She's not running. She's not going anywhere. There's zero judgment. There's zero shame. I just think she is the safe place of what it looks like to land and to be loved and to be
Mhm.
fully seen in all those insecurities. And then someone saying, even with all you've told me and all you're feeling, I choose you. And that was really powerful to me. I felt like that scene reflects that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joel, Courtney, Maisie McLain, the movie is Soul on Fire. It hits theaters October 10th. Like Joel said, go see that. Don't see Tron. What even is Tron? But
Get out of here.
guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.